On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
A first carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually, 10, 12-yard runs? This one was way more than that. They've got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
Extra point attempt to follow here. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Joe Schobert able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, Jackson. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And we get a quick peek at the Ravens starting offense.
I don't know about you, but I love a good undrafted free agent success story. So let's take a look at Robbie Anderson, wide receiver, because in 2017, 63 catches, 941 yards, and a strong candidate for the Pro Bowl. Didn't quite get there, but was knocking on the door. How about that for an undrafted free agent out of Temple, now making good in the NFL?
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
They go play action here on first down. And this will be caught at the 30. A gain of 39 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make the play on the football.
Mayfield showing why he was the #1 overall pick. He's got the Browns on the move, 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Baker Mayfield, obviously the #1 pick overall. That was controversial, though. What ultimately made the Browns go in his way?
Well, post-draft, I did hear a Browns executive talk about the efficacy of Baker Mayfield. In other words, how people rally to him, how people respond to him. He talked about seeing him at a workout, how he showed up, yelled out to the other guys. They yelled back with the same response, ran right to him, and they were ready to start the workout. He said things like that and his talent tipped the balance in his favor to go #1.
They'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
And free safety Earl Thomas has a list of accomplishments as long as anyone's arm. But the thing I think about with him at all times, no matter what happens in front of him on the defensive end of the ball, he's back there to erase any mistakes that happen. The top guy in the league, as far as I'm concerned, in that category.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal.
Now let's go. Blue landed.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Let's go. Blue landed.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's Jackson to throw. They'll roll him out right. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. A look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Browns. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure you're Quarterback stays up. We'll soon find out.
Here we go. Grand 38.
To throw on second down. Elliott got his man complete over the middle. That's Anderson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Bust through the tackle. Underneath here to Hill. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 13 carries, 59 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
On second down, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The first down carry by Elliott. So he got 3 at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hurry up, here we go.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
First carry now. This is Hill. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9.
Set. Green 39.
Jackson from the shotgun, letting one go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky. But that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
Hurry up, here we go.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Space to maneuver at the 40. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Here we go now.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Flushed out right, and he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Pernell McPhee coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to a quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
I'm like, he go. Oh, she's finna come do my party.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Set. Blue, landed. Blue.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Wiggles free. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. What? 90.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Oh, eluding the tackle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll go down at the 28. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and 5.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at first and 10.
Now let's go. Boom.
Now it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season,
Here we go.
right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Here we go now.
Mayfield on play action. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now Jackson on 2nd down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Again to Elliott. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
False start, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the gun, Jackson. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue line.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And that's exactly why the Ravens drafted him, added him to their stable after drafting Hayden Hurst in the 1st round. A second tight end who can catch the football. He looks like a guy who's going to line up on the line of scrimmage and mash you in the running game as a blocker. But his best attributes, splitting out, catching the football almost as an extra wide receiver.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start.
Hurry up, here we go. 3, 19.
And they'll go on the ground. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Now it's Jackson throwing the out route and complete. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
False start, offense.
So that one will be accepted. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. 3, 19.
Jackson eluding the pressure right. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder